Good afternoon, everyone. Los Angeles, California, snow. As well as Malibu, Pasadena, West Hollywood, Santa Barbara Airport, new cold record. Snowplows with salt and sand in Las Vegas. Flagstaff, Arizona, new all-time snow record. Severe weather warnings, massive electrical front passing through the eastern United States over the weekend. And meanwhile in Sao Paula, throughways becoming rivers. And with all the weather chaos, tranquil shot, heading out for the morning session. And during these uncertain times, I've teamed up with My Patriot Supply long-term food storage. A nice, affordable starter kit, 2-week food supply, 1,500 calories per day, breakfast, lunch, and dinners, plus the 4-gallon storage containers included in that. This is a good first step in getting more self-sufficient. And if you click through the Prepare with Adapt 2030 page in My Patriot Supply, you can get this starter kit for $75. Please remember there's a limit of 2 per household in this special offer. Starting off with the extreme weather warning from the National Weather Service. If you're anywhere under the colored area on the map, expect flash flooding, severe hail, sideline winds, electrical activity, power outages, as this line of winter thunderstorms rolls through over the weekend. Out west, Los Angeles, California, snow. Powder in Malibu, Pasadena, and West Hollywood as well. So strange that people stop their cars to get out to take images to post on social media. This is how rare it is. Now, digging through the headlines and looking for information on this, Los Angeles snowfall records, last snowfall, 1962. So we have to go back 58 years to find this type of snowfall. But what I found a little misleading was where it says snow has fallen 31 times in 142 years. So if we subtract those 58 years off of that, that brings us only into the 90-year era. But then for those 10 years during the Dust Bowl, it didn't snow there either. So that only leaves us 50 years of time, but then it snowed 31 times within that 50 years. That doesn't make sense. But that's what the media is putting out there to make it seem as if it's a normal event. So the last time the snow, 1962, a couple images coming off of Twitter of the snowfall during that time. This is Pasadena Hills as well, off an old newspaper clipping. Now this cold outbreak event with snow and record cold is a result of this pinched jet stream, which is sending all the record snow down to Washington State and British Columbia. Now it's just passing further south. NBC News coming out, a bit of snow in Los Angeles, and suddenly it's Snowmageddon. I wouldn't say Snowmageddon. What I would say, bad call by the IPCC to say that this planet was going to continue to warm and warm and warm. Because never even once in their predictions did they talk about anything warming on this planet is going to create snow in Los Angeles with record cold in Santa Barbara and record cold across the deserts with record snow. That just wasn't in their models anywhere, but suddenly it's here. So perhaps it's an intensification of the grand solar minimum. Images of snow on the palmetto trees, Palmdale, California. Pasadena, those white dots on the windshield, that's snow. Video from Brad Turner watching massive snowflakes come down in Pasadena as well. And the palmetto trees with the snow makes you wonder. LA Snow hashtag on Twitter. You can find up-to-date information, such as this. LA County Sheriff's Office. Good morning, one of our coldest patrol stations. Snow and cold. Palmdale. But then when we get into the periphery outside the heat island of the city, Yucca Valley, Cajun Pass, and we saw these same saguaro cactus in the desert southwest last month blanketed in snow. But these are some stunning images. I mean, look at the beauty anyway of the hills when you cover it in snow with the rock outcroppings. And the LA Times article also had about 12 or 15 different photos in there, but this was up near Cajun Pass as well. And they do a rundown on the last time the snow occurred in 1962, but they're very quick to assure us that it's happened 31 times in the last 142 years. I just don't see how the math works out on those calculations there. San Bernardino National Forest. Bring some extra socks and warm boots if you're going to be hiking at this time. And coming off the National Weather Service, Los Angeles, preliminary low record temperature of 33 degrees Fahrenheit. Set in Santa Barbara, broke the old record by 1 degree, set in 1990. This was even a couple days back as the front was proceeding before the snow started. But again, morning session, there's a lot of climate chaos going on. Just to relax the mind for a second. Early morning paddle out and see if you can tune into Mother Nature. Now crossing over the Sierra Nevadas, which are blanketed with record snow, right over into the desert Southwest, Four Corners area. Vegas, record snow. Check out how much snow has fallen in Las Vegas area. So I wanted to wide this out for you here, obviously, because the snowfall depths are unusual and the media is baffled in trying to explain this to you. You know, the narrative is global warming, hotter, less snow. But now this is in some of the driest, warmest places in the United States. Record snow and cold. So off 13 Action News, not often that you see snowplows with salt and sand in Las Vegas. Black ice. Warning drivers on how dangerous the conditions are because the overpasses are freezing. Flagstaff, Arizona, snowiest day ever recorded. Now these records go back to 1915. The old record was 31 inches. Now as the day progressed through, when they took this snapshot here of the total at 33.1 and then it was 33.6, obviously breaking the record there. But remember, the old record was 31 inches, 1915. And finally, as the day clicked over in 11:59 p.m. into February 22nd, the day's totals was 35.9 inches. A full 6 inches, which is 20% over the previous total. Now the precipitation and the amount of galactic cosmic rays coming in, creating more cloud cover on our planet due to our sun going into a lower activity state on a 400-year cycle, is atmospheric compression events. Here's another one. Down in Sao Paula, Brazil. Throughways becoming rivers, and you can see the car right in the center. The silver roof is barely visible above the floodwaters. Now this is not a small event. Chaos under 4 to 6 feet of water. But keep this in your mind. Sao Paulo is very well equipped to handle heavy rainfall. And here we see scenes like this. Our current infrastructure is completely inundated and unable to cope with what nature is throwing at us now as we move deeper into the grand solar minimum. My suggestion is your number one skill set is going to be learning how to grow food and how to produce electricity on your own. Because over these next 15 years, every single weather event is going to become more intense. We'll get some reprieve around 2035, but welcome to the new grand solar minimum. Thanks for watching. Hope you got something out of the video. Please remember to visit our sponsor, Patriot Supply, for long-term food storage, water filtration, and other items to help you prepare for the grand solar minimum. Every single purchase helps keep ADAPT 2030 on air and bringing you more information about the intensifying grand solar minimum and the signs that we're seeing around us. If you're unfamiliar with what a grand solar minimum is and what the sun is doing on its 400-year cycle, tune in to Mini Ice Age Conversations podcast. 30 minutes on the go anywhere you can find a podcast hosted across the net. And now I'm also taking the time to post all these videos in a written format. steamit.com/adapt2030 if you'd like to read over the information and take a look at the graphs and charts.